Hello, everyone. Brady and not Charlie and Garrett. Today we're talking about a Big Brother recap. This is the 717 edition. I want to make sure I was muted. But hello, everyone. Steve is in here. Steve says, wow, the edits on the Nicole Bash session in the HOH room. Yeah, we'll talk about it a lot. I mean, I think CBS kind of has to cover their tracks a little bit when talking about they don't want to lay too much into one person. Damien said Catherine Slade, so that sounds like a wrestling name. Garrett, would you?
It does. Absolutely. I would book it
to a Catherine Slade.
Dude, Catherine Slade versus B. Priestley. I'm all in. At all in.
Well, disappointed they didn't show everything. Ton says, "Hey, hello, everyone. Hey, hello." Francito says, "Nick, Brussels sprouts." Yeah, that was a weird. I don't know, man. That was weird. Christie's weird. Evan says, Ovi's one of the only good people. OMG, I'm going up.
Oh, my God. We'll get into it more. I felt so bad for the guy.
Oh, God.
He's such a nice person.
Jace, of course I remember you, man. Jace is an OG, Garrett. Hey, I've been here since BB19. Haven't been to a live stream for a while. Welcome back. I appreciate you.
I appreciate all of the other things as well. So Jace
and by the way, shameless self-promotion really quick. Tomorrow night is confirmed to be an endurance competition. I know it's a bit of a spoiler, but not really a spoiler because you don't know who's going to win. Tomorrow is confirmed that it's going to be an endurance competition. And as we kind of predicted, the 4 members of Camp Comeback, whoever gets evicted out of the first 4, or whoever lasts the longest in the endurance comp out of the Camp Comeback peeps will be entered back into the house, which also means, Garrett, that someone from Camp Comeback could go straight from being out of the house to HOH. That would be sweet, right?
That would be awesome, especially if it was somebody like David, per se. That would be awesome because it would literally the cavalry would be called.
Francito, is it a wall comp? I don't know. Usually they save like the I call it a surfboard comp, but they've done a bunch of different things with the wall going in and out. You know, we don't know that, but it's probably a wall or standing on a pole or, like Melissa said, carousel. It's going to be something along those lines. So what that means is, number one, CBS doesn't really pay too much attention to our channel, which is good and bad. But the good thing about that is that I can show you guys some exclusive sneak peeks on live feeds. I will be flipping over to the feeds for about 15-second increments. That way we're not running into copyright issues. We don't want to get the whole video striked. But I will be showing you guys sneak peeks if you don't have feeds. So our channel tomorrow is the place to be. It's going to be intense. I'm going to have coffee. Garrett, have some energy drinks, some cocaine or whatever you use.
Whoa!
Kidding. Garrett doesn't do cocaine. So this is the place to be for tomorrow's competition because we'll be live streaming until the comp is done, even if it's till god awful hours in the morning.
We'll do it.
All right. So anyway, let's talk about this episode, Garrett. There's not a whole lot to talk about because it was mainly just a lot of Bella and Nicole drama, but we have to start with the most important part of the episode, Garrett. Annalise got screen time. What'd you think?
Look, honestly, it's shocking to begin with. She actually got a little bit in this episode. I mean, she's kind of always inside, like she's always in other people's conversations.
Okay, I'm saying her diary session. We finally got an Annalise diary session in 4 weeks.
What was it, like 15 seconds? I don't even know. Like
probably not even 15.
It was like, "Hi, I exist."
She was like, Christy needs to calm down. She's fine, and that was it. So, good job, Annalise. You finally got on TV.
Yeah.
All right. Ton says, I would love David and Kemi to come back. Sadly, that's impossible, Ton. AB says it's anal lice. Yeah. Come on, man. We can't bully the bulliers. You know what I'm saying? We got to be nice. If I end up on Big Brother next year,
back.
What if I audition next year and CBS is considering me and they go back and watch every episode and then they see me calling someone anal lice? No, it's not good.
I mean, that might mean you're guaranteed.
Maybe they like the boldness. Okay. Well, I'll get to chat in a little bit, but I love how lively chat is tonight. Sorry, I haven't greeted any of you guys. I know I see Ben in chat, and Ben was very heated. He said he was ready to go off. So chat, get ready for the wrath of Ben. Also, since we lost a mod last week, Garrett, I think I'm gonna say, if you stick through all the way to the end of this, I'm gonna give someone a mod. I'll be watching chat. You got to prove to me that you deserve mod this week. So, Garrett, let's start off. We saw that the main target this week for Bella and Nick was Nicole. The primary thought was a backdoor plan. And if you're new to Big Brother this season, what a backdoor is, because I don't know if we've actually addressed it yet. What a backdoor is in Big Brother is the HOH puts up two people that are not the target in hopes that the person that they want gone will not be picked for veto. That way, they don't get to play in veto at all. And then if someone gets taken off the block, you put them up and they don't even get a chance to defend themselves. They just get sent out the door. Do you think that this was a good strategy, Garrett, or do you think they should have just put Nicole up right in the beginning?
I mean, realistically, the way the House has been voting, it really doesn't matter. If that's what they wanted them to do, it's what they would do. And it almost seemed like it's so weird how this Grateful Alliance, or, you know, whatever it is now, how they kind of just, like, each week, whoever has been HOH has conceded power to the person that comes in next. Except for the first week when Jack was kind of dictating things, even though he wasn't HOH. But outside of that, it's pretty much been, you do your thing. And so I don't really think it matters, but I think if they want to guarantee it, yeah, this is definitely a safer way to make sure you're going to get somebody out that you want out. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. So the plan was for veto to end up putting Nicole up. So what led up to this? And this was kind of like I don't know if getting Nicole out was their primary plan. Remember that going into this week, it was weird because Bella and Nick were seen as the two biggest targets in the house. Everyone knows that they're together. And so they were like, crap, who do we put up in order basically to piss off the least amount of people? And so, you know, the two people that went up were the easy targets, Cliff and Jess. So the Nicole backdoor plan kind of manifested during the week. And this all stemmed from Nicole, a conversation that she had with Holly and Annalise, which once again, Annalise got quite a bit of screen time this week. So CBS, as hard as this episode was to watch, can we agree, Chad? This episode was kind of hard to watch. Like, especially if you're a feeds watcher, because we already had to go through what this week was. This was a rough week to be someone that's following Big Brother, because we saw all of this, and it is blatant bullying. And Holly and Annalise are actually the two that noticed it. Holly and Annalise, along with Jack and Jackson, want Nick and Bella out of the house, right? That's obvious. But they're part of this alliance, but they know that they've been playing both sides. Everybody knows Nick and Bella's playing both sides. And so Holly and Annalise were trying to plant that seed and be like, Nicole, they've been bullying you. And Nicole's like, yeah, they have. And that turned into Holly and Annalise telling Bella that Nicole told them that Bella and Nick bullied her, which led to Bella going off. Now, something that was very telling, Garrett, was this conversation after Grateful went in, and they basically had this giant bash session of Nicole, which, by the way, CBS, I know people are complaining that CBS didn't show everything, but, and I'm not even exaggerating, if they were to show that entire conversation, it would have taken up the entire episode. They just had to show bits and pieces, and God forbid all of Grateful ends up being the actual final 8. CBS doesn't want people to just stop watching the show because they hate people so much. So you kind of have to cover your bases there if you're CBS, because it is nothing is really scripted in this. Like, they don't control who goes home, who wins comps, even though a lot of people think they do. So that's tough. But Bella ended up going to talk to Nicole, and it was very clear to everyone that Bella wanted to just basically get mad at Nicole. She wanted to air out her grievances. What did she say? Say her piece, I think. She wanted to say her piece. So Bella took Tommy with her as a mediator, and I think Bella thought that Tommy would be a good person because he would agree with her on everything, and it was the complete opposite. Tommy actually felt so bad for Nicole because Nicole could not get a single word in, and Tommy in his DR sessions, even though he was really joining in with the bashing of Nicole when there was this mob mentality, even as Tommy said, he said it was very easy for all of us to bash Nicole, but now that he saw it isolated, Tommy's seeing that Bella definitely isn't the angel that everyone else thought she was at the time.
I mean, here's the thing, too. I'm going to do something I never do on the podcast. I'm going to scratch my head and take the hat off. All right. So here's the thing, right? This whole situation, to begin with, just angers me as a new fan because you genuinely thought this could actually make a shift in the house, this revelation from Nicole, right? And, like, truthfully, like, we'll get to the exact thing I'm talking about, but this whole scenario was just like, I now looking back on it with hindsight, this was all like, I don't think they're actually trying, but they're somehow playing a good game with Nicole specifically. But like, they keep the weird mind effing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's Nick is very good at that, which I don't know if I said that. I think I meant to say that a couple of episodes ago when we did this, but like he's, that him being able to understand how the mind works, obviously that's going to give him some kind of edge, right? But like, I don't know, something about it just seems shady to me, and I didn't like where this was headed. So let's just get to that so I can get mad already.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. With Nick, we know that his job is he's a children's psychiatrist, right? And obviously, like you said, he knows how the human mind works, and he knows how to make people feel better, or in this case, worse. And he's kind of using his education for bad. You know what I mean? This is like if I were to take my experience in music education and teaching people how to sing, and like getting someone that signed up for vocal lessons and teaching them all the wrong things just so that they'd be terrible. Like, yeah, that's literally what Nick is doing, right? That's the only way I can really admit to it. Also, Damien says you're looking fine today, Garrett.
Hey, but anyway,
let me get to chat really quick before we get into all this other stuff. So I'm backing it up a little bit. Francito, yeah, we're definitely going to talk about the Jessica picking in a second, which is stupid. Ben calling Nicole Vanessa. I mean, Vanessa had actual control over the game. I don't think you can put Nicole's on the outs. I don't think we can call her Vanessa yet. She wants to be, but so Jace says Sam's going to float himself to the top 3. I think Sam's in a great spot. As long he's going to have a big decision within the next couple of weeks, I feel like. The fact that Annalise called Nicole a you-know-what when she was the one lying. Yeah, I know. That really hurt, that whole conversation up there when Grateful, or what did they call the new alliance? Undeniable.
They're so terrible.
Yeah, it's not good. Luckily Sam called it out and he was like, this alliance is BS, man. I don't want any part of this. But
boy, is he grateful. That was a great line.
He literally was like, we just got done bashing people for 20 minutes and then 30 seconds later we need an official name. Like, come on. So yeah, all right. So let's back it up, Garrett. Let's talk about let's talk about Ovi trying to let's talk about Ovi trying to go up and do the right thing. Now, this one I talked about kind of being sad. Like this whole episode made my heart hurt again because people that have been following feeds, we've seen all these clips already, and we wanted to see what CBS was going to put in here. And they tried to put a little bit of humor with the cat stuff at the end, like her just awkwardly knocking at the end after they yelled out their alliance name. But basically what happened was Nicole knew that they were up there throwing her under the bus. And she's smart. She finally figured it out. And those people that have been watching feeds, she actually had like this whole monologue where she was like, oh my God, I figured it out. And she listed every member of Grateful, and she listed every member on the outs and the people that were swing votes. Like, Nicole knows. And that's why they knew that they had to throw her under the bus. But anyway, Nicole wanted to go up and talk to them, and she got shut down. They were like, Nicole, not right now. Cliff like walked in, just being Cliff, just, hey guys, how's it going? And they tossed him out. They were like, not right now. And then Ovi was like, he just wanted to go up and he wasn't even trying to be part of their conversation. He was just knocking on the door. They're like, Ovi, not right now. Like, come back in a couple minutes. And he was like, hey, I'm just letting you guys know, like, I just don't think that's very cool. And they were like, all right. And this kind of spilled into the pantry where Nicole and David and Jack ended up being, and David was in there with Jack and Christy at first, and David was saying, hey guys, like what happened with Nicole and Ovi and stuff? Like, I'm just wondering. And they went at him. Like Christy and Jack got super defensive and were like, honestly, Ovi should have been minding his own damn business. And Ovi was standing right outside the door hearing the whole conversation. And David was obviously not trying to rock the boat. And Jack basically, for lack of a better term, basically just told David, like, keep your mouth shut or you're going to be in deep you-know-what as well. And so Christy ended up leaving. Ovi was like, hey, are we okay, like on a personal level? And they just lied straight to his face. They lied straight to Nicole's face. And poor David is like, he's in a fine spot, but he's obviously an easy target when he comes back in. What do you think about this whole thing? It's blatant bullying, right?
Yeah. Well, specifically for, I mean, and I've been kind of feeling this way about the way they treat Ovi for a while. Even when he was still in the house, I mean, still in the game, you know what I mean, whatever you want to call it, before he went to Camp Comeback. And the thing that annoys me the most about this is like a guy like David, were he still in the game, would do something foolish like stand up for Ovi because he can and he would have the support. Now, but here's the thing, right? Like, what I hated the most about the way Jack talked to Ovi in this scenario was it wasn't even that he was lying. Like, he just didn't talk about what he just spoke around what Ovi was asking him. You know, are we good? Yeah. You're not even in the game. Why does it matter? You know, of course we're good. We're better now than we were when you were in the game.
Jack is very pretentious right now.
That's not what I mean. You know, I mean like when I'm back in the game kind of thing. And he doesn't say that, but that's what he's getting at. You know, and he's like, oh, well. I think he even says not there or something. Like he essentially says not really there. Like you'd be the first. Basically, he told him straight to his face that he'd be able to block immediately if he got back. Assuming one of Grateful, you know, or whoever's left in Grateful by that point, when it finally implodes, hopefully, you know, would have like, that's the thing that annoys me the most is that literally everyone that's been evicted so far is going to have no chance of not having to win a veto as soon as they're back in.
Yeah. I mean, the other side of the house really needs to have a string of like 3 HOHs right in a row, maybe even 4, because Christy's going to be able to use her power that she won to basically send anyone out that she wants.
Yeah.
So I mean, that sucks. And if Ovi doesn't come back in, his power's gone. Who has the last power? I'm literally going crazy. Oh, Jackson, right?
Well, wait, yeah. Which power? What, the one most recent one?
No, the second one. Jackson won the power of is it nomination?
No, it was Jack. It was Jack. It was it was the what was his power? It was
I thought Mickey had it. Oh, Jack has it.
I think it might have been like he can change something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, two new I think it's a new set of I think
nominees.
Yeah.
And
you got the 2 new nominees, which is, I mean, it might as well be the same thing as a veto at that point.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, it's not like on veto ceremony style.
Oh, that's right. It was the repick veto players. That's what
it is. He can reshuffle the veto.
Appreciate it.
I knew it was something weird.
Yeah, and Jack has it. Okay. So, all right, moving on past that, let's get to the comps. So we saw Caitlyn come back, and I know that you didn't watch last season, but Caitlyn was basically known for being an emotional mess, just like Christy is this year. And she was very like vibey. Like she always said that she had these senses. And like Tommy even made the comment like, is that Uncle Lou? Because there was like a bird sitting up there. That was her thing. She apparently had a relative or a grandpa that passed away, and she thought that this bird last year that like sat on the wall once was like her relative coming to see her and give her good luck. And it was this whole thing, man.
Anyway.
So, I mean, whatever. And if you saw last season, you know that she basically had a comp in the bag. All she had to do was complete a puzzle, and it was only like 3 or 4 pieces. And and she basically just couldn't do it. Like, it was a beat the clock challenge, WWE style. And she had all the time in the world and just couldn't do it. And she just broke down crying, and like the last 15, 20 seconds led off, and that was it. So she came back, and they had to do a very similar type puzzle, but with a lot more pieces this time. And Jackson got his pieces first, and Kat, I believe, was second. And then from there, it was all Kat. Kat dominated this comp, got the puzzle really quick, and it was awesome. So Kat won veto, and she knew that she wanted to use the veto. She just wasn't sure if she was going to use it on Jess or Cliff. But let's talk about who played in this veto first, Garrett, because this might have been, with all the infuriating things in this episode, this might have been the worst one. Jess drew the house guest choice and picked Christy to play instead of Nicole, knowing damn well that if Nicole would have played and won, that they potentially could have sent home Bella or someone.
Okay.
Never mind. Nick would have had to pick Nick would have had to put up a grateful person, right? Because that's the only people left.
Let me think.
Yeah. I guess Kat. I guess he could have put up Kat, but that would have guaranteed Cliff going home at least. So what do you think about Jess not picking Nicole? I mean, didn't she pick someone stupid last week too? Didn't she
picked Jackson to represent her in the veto last week? So yeah.
Does she really think she's in an alliance with these people? Is she that dumb?
No, I think she's dumber than that, bro. Because let me just explain to you, as a not non-Big Brother fan, not non-knowledgeable, not as knowledgeable Big Brother fan, I kind of pick things up pretty quickly. You know that about knowing me for years, Brady. I like to do research. One of the things that she seems to not understand. Okay, so what was the reasoning behind this? Because that's always what I do when I do these picks.
Her reasoning behind it was she knows she's on the wrong side of the house, and so she's just trying to lay low. Basically, Jess's logic.
I remember what she said. She said it would hurt her game if she did this. If she essentially gave Nicole the chance to win.
Yeah, because she'd be aligning herself with Nicole, and the other side of the house hates Nicole.
Let me just point out that that's the only way to improve her game.
Yeah.
Literally.
She needs Nicole there. Jess isn't going to win a comp at all. Are you telling me that Jess is going to win an endurance comp tomorrow night? If I was a betting man, she'd be the last person I'd be putting money on. Sorry.
And
she's not athletic, and she's shown that she's not that bright.
And who she picked, by the way, even if you're just picking based off who you think's going to win and maybe will help you, which was stupid thought, picking Christy. Christy is emotionally unstable at this point. You can't guarantee she's going to be able to perform every challenge because she might have just cried for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being serious.
It's true. If you guys like,
I agree with David. Jess can win mental comps.
The feeds have been, it's not really a spoiler. Feeds have basically just been Jackson eating and Christy crying. That's all feeds are.
The 24 hours of what he ate in 24 hours. It was ridiculous. Someone on Reddit took track of it, I guess.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
If you look up Reddit Jackson BB21 eating or something like that, yeah, they put they tracked 1 24-hour span, and I'm telling you, it's like screenshots from a phone, and they needed like 4 screenshots to get all the food. At one point, he was holding 2 bananas while eating a third. It's tough, man. Anyway. And we can talk about feeds stuff like that because it's not a spoiler or anything. Anyway, so Kat wins veto. She knows she's going to use it, and she ends up deciding that she's going to use it on Jess. But then all of a sudden Christy implodes and starts freaking out because Nick's talking about Brussels sprouts, and she thinks that
seriously, Brussels sprouts.
She thinks that Nick's being weird, and so she's like, "Oh my god, I'm going up." I don't know. Is she having a midlife crisis?
I'm say Brussels sprouts. I just assume you're going to remove me from this channel.
Damien said Vanessa would cry for 16 hours and still won comps. You're not wrong.
Listen,
she's a mess.
I would say the same thing if Christy wasn't also a lunatic. And that's not me being derogatory toward people with mental illness. She is like what people who try to act crazy act like, is what she does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just whatever. So anyway,
I'm hot, Brady. I want
it was
to.
CBS was able to fill a couple minutes by showing Christy crying, and then Annalise got some screen time.
I think you're not. There's probably 7 hours of it just from today.
Yeah, and then and that was really it. Then we had the veto ceremony, and Nick decided to go through with his master plan of Nicole going home. Now, I'm not gonna say one way or the other on who's going home, but I will tell you guys, based on feeds, that the house guests are very back and forth on this. It's not as set in stone as it seems. So if you're someone that's like, do I even need to watch tomorrow night because I don't want to see Nicole go home, I'm telling you that was their plan, but it's been back and forth. I have no idea who's going home, but it should be interesting. So I think you guys should definitely watch tomorrow night. So let's talk chat. Let's talk this episode. So that means tomorrow night either Cliff or Nicole will be sent to Camp Comeback, but they'll also be playing in the HOH comp tomorrow night with a chance to come back into the game. I got to say, Garrett, I don't like the chances of either of them in an endurance comp against. I think David and Kemi are usually smaller people. Have a pretty good chance of it. So I guess Nicole would be okay, but David's a CrossFit athlete. He's got to be my pick for tomorrow, but we'll talk about it as the comp goes. We don't need to talk too much about it. All right, let me back up.
Before we get to chat, I just have to
go ahead.
Talk about how we got to where we got at the end of this week, because we kind of skimmed over it a little bit. Because I did touch on it a little bit. The manipulation level that Jack, Jackson, Annalise, Christy, I guess you could include Tommy in there because he's the guy that they have employ a lot of their plans, or like he's involved in a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway. Point being, that group played the ultimate. I don't even know how they pulled this off, Brady, because they literally did the thing you would think would be the dumbest thing you could do to try and convince somebody. Bruh, you know what? She told you we were lying and we're trying to backdoor you guys, which is what they were trying to do.
Yep.
Actually, they showed footage of it. For those of you who didn't catch it, they did show footage. This was their plan this week.
Yeah, the foursome of Jack, Mickey, Holly, and Annalise came up with the plan to backdoor Nicole, made Nick do it, and then pinned it all on Nick and Bella. That way they can send Nick and Bella home next week. It's great.
Okay, so why this is so frustrating is because people rarely tell the truth in games. Tell the truth. No, people rarely tell the truth in games like this, especially games that involve a lot of deception, like Big Brother. This was a rare example of someone using the truth to their advantage, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Literally 2 weeks ago, somebody did the exact same thing, but it was a lie, and it worked. And now the actual truth, which I guess can't independently be verified, but like, I just don't know. Ray. It's so frustrating. Like when and it's hard because I genuinely want to like some of these people in the house. I'd like for them to stop being complete jerks and like make themselves likable, but it's not going to happen. Half of the house is just complete dumpster fires at this point, in my opinion.
I'm telling you, I think, okay, we are, and listen, we're going to have some time to talk about this. I hope you guys are going to be up late with me and Garrett, and I think Charlie has tomorrow off too. So I hope you guys are going to be up late talking this endurance comp with us tomorrow night because it's going to be a long one. But I think dream scenario, in my opinion, David wins everything tomorrow, comes back into the house, wins HOH, gets all the people together. That means Kemi, Ovi, and either Cliff or Nicole are out. And regardless, Cliff or Nicole would be an extra number for David anyway, right? So he pulls in. So let's say Cliff goes home tomorrow night. He pulls in Nicole. He pulls in Jess. He pulls in Kat. And then I think it would be easy for him to pull in Sam for a vote. And then I think Tommy has it somewhere deep down inside where he really wants to flip, because I think Tommy's heart hurts with all the bullying that's going on. I think Tommy realizes it, but he's in such a bad spot because he's already low on the totem pole of that big alliance. And if he were to try to go against them now, he'd be screwed. He'd just be down there with the rest of everybody else. So I think Tommy hopefully is just biding his time. I think Christy's a lost cause, so that would be interesting to see, because Tommy and Christy knew each other going into the house.
I think that honestly has backfired on her massively, because for her specifically, I don't think it affects him all that much. I mean, it might affect him if she stays later, but like I think specifically the thing that I noticed that I thought was interesting was it seems like you don't see them together as much anymore, especially in the editing of the show. And I think it's on purpose. I think he's slowly distancing himself from her. I think he would prefer to be on opposite sides of the house from her, because I think at this point, with all the stuff he doesn't agree with and the fact that she's really, like you said, higher on the totem pole in this alliance, I think that bothers him, because it makes him feel, I don't know, like a failure maybe or something. Like he's not like, because, part of him probably wants to outlast her, at least by a week.
I think worst case scenario is Ovi wins tomorrow. I think he's just doomed. He's dead in the water with how much the other side of the house hates him. He's public enemy number 1 for that side of the house, which sucks because I like Ovi. But
Ovi should win the whole thing. No.
Hey, it would be great. If Ovi came back and won HOH, it would be great. But I don't know, man. We just need a change of power. That's the reason why this season seems so slow and so depressing, is because it's been one side of the house in power the entire time. And sometimes this happens at the beginning of seasons. Nobody has had to be tested yet. It's just people on the other side of the house waiting to get picked off one by one. Jess thinks it's good for her game to just float by, but it's not. What's her end goal? Be the first one out after jury? Like, that's stupid. David's the hero we need. I agree. Melissa said he has a clear view of the house right now, and I think the first chance he gets, he's going to flip on hateful and try to shift the power to his favor. Yeah, I hope so. I think David, at the very least, would be that person to come in, throw up Jack and Mickey, and if one of them comes off, then throw up. He'd probably throw up like Nick or someone, and then at least take a shot at the other side of the house, just because. And then if he goes home the next week, you know what? He's the hero we needed to just send one of those people out, and I think that'd be great. Imagine Kat wins HOH. I don't have faith that Kat would. I don't have faith that Kat sees the division in the house as clearly as some of the other people do. Nicole sees it. Ovi sees it. David sees it. Sam sees it, which is funny. But I don't think Kat sees it. I think she still honestly believes that there's like no alliances in the game, which is annoying. Jess can't make jury. I don't need her in those. Hey, this is what the jury's doing because Feeds is boring this week. Yeah, it's true. Kat and David are in a showmance. Are they? I didn't know that. All right, well, Feed spoilers, guys. Jeez.
You know what? I think I did kind of. Well, I think I kind of noticed that from clips, like just from in the show too. They have decent interaction with each other.
They'd be cute together.
Hey,
good for them, man. That's better than. You know what? I'm not even gonna.
Okay,
there have been things said on Feeds about David and Kemi this week that are very questionable from some people in Hateful. That's all I will say. Kat could like hear the I'm telling you, Ben. I still think she was like, I don't know what that was. I want to say that she's really smart. So I don't know. We'll see.
If she's playing everybody and we just don't realize it?
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I would.
But it's. I think it's more like, I think there was a quote from her after she won the veto, which was, "Hey, I think I did this because I'm smart. I think I'm smart."
Oh, she crushed the comp. So good job.
She's clearly intelligent. Like that's kind of like an IQ test. It's like it shows I think IQ is like potential essentially. Like I don't know how IQ actually works. I'd have to look into it. But whatever. I know that people can have high IQs and only be, so smart. It just depends on what you do.
Hey man, I'm just rooting for anyone on that side of the house to win power, man. Even if it's Kat, you know what? Whatever. It can't be worse than Faute, am I right, chat? So anyway, we will be back tomorrow night to talk live eviction. I mean, hey, I love Cliff Hogg, but I'm hoping he's going. I gotta say, I'm hoping Cliff's leaving. We need Nicole.
Nicole is our savior, everybody.
Nicole, David, and Kat. Turn around. Let's go. So, anyway, let's hand out a mod. I don't know, Ben, you've been cussing a lot today, man. I don't know if you deserve the mod. I gotta say, I've had to get rid of chat. All right, so let's go in chat. If you're still currently in chat, there's 19 people watching right now. Pick a number. Hold on, let me think of a number in my head. All right, and you can only put a number once. Pick a number, everybody, between 1 and 20. And whoever's closest, I'll give you mod. Or if you hit it right on the head.
Let's see how this goes, everybody.
This is close. Garrett, who's going to get it? Predictions.
I'm going to predict that, I agree with Damien. I'd like to see it be Melissa, if Melissa participates.
That's true. Melissa's been in here for a while. She was even on. She was even on one. But Ben, no, I agree. I don't blame you at all. Let's see. So we got 7, 9, 10, 16, 1. Damien and Ton are both already mods, and they're guessing. They're trying to get double mod in here, man. Alice is 13. Trying to double mod. All right, I'm closing it. So congratulations. She actually did it. The number was 15. The number was 15. Good job, Melissa.
Double mod 100 IQ.
Damien called it. Called
it. Hey. Yeah,
sorry,
Damien's the one number, and he's a mod.
Welcome, everyone. Best of luck next time. Tomorrow is going to be the AMA Reddit style of Garrett, myself, and Charlie on during the live comp, because I'm expecting this to go multiple hours. So here we go. All right. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click the bell so you know when we go live. Share it with all your friends. We'll give you some sneak peeks to the comp tomorrow night. I agree, man. I'm hiding your comment, but I agree. And until next time, guys. See ya.